Soul Screen here, and welcome back to the channel where we don't just watch K-dramas, we live inside them, question them, and sometimes argue about them like they're real life. Today, I want to talk about a Netflix drama that sounds simple on paper, but actually hides a surprisingly deep message once you sit with it for a while. The drama is Cashero, starring Lee Junho as Kang Sang Ung, a very ordinary man who becomes an extraordinary hero for one very unusual reason. His superpower only works when he's holding money. Now, when I first heard that concept, I laughed. I mean, a superhero who literally needs cash in his hand to save people? That sounds like satire, right? It sounds like a joke about capitalism, about how money rules everything. But the more Cashero unfolds, the more you realize this drama isn't just being quirky for fun. It's actually asking some uncomfortable questions about responsibility, sacrifice, and what it really costs to be a hero in the modern world. Kang Sang Ung is not the typical powerful male lead we usually see in superhero or action dramas. He's not confident, not rich, not backed by some high-tech organization. He's just a simple guy who wants to live a normal life. But fate doesn't really care about what he wants. When he realizes he has this strange power, he also realizes the cruel condition attached to it. Every time he wants to save someone, he needs money. Real money. Physical cash. And once the money runs out, so does his strength. Think about that for a second. Most heroes lose energy, stamina, or life force. Kang Sang Ung loses his savings. His power literally drains his financial security. Every heroic act pushes him closer to being broke. And that, for me, is one of the most relatable and painful metaphors I've seen in a K-drama recently. How many people in real life want to help others, but stop because they simply can't afford it anymore? The story really starts to hit harder when we see Kang Sang Ung pushed to his physical and emotional limit during that hotel fire incident. He saves Kim Min Suk, his partner, and later his wife, but by the time the fire is under control, he's completely exhausted. That's when Byeon and Byeon appear for the first time. Their entrance isn't flashy. They don't come in as saviors. They come in as people who understand exactly what Kang Sang Ung is going through. I personally love characters like Beomha and Byeon. They're not the main heroes, but without them, the main hero would collapse. They help evacuate the remaining victims. They support Kang Sang Ung when his strength has hit its limit. And most importantly, they see him not just as a weapon, but as a human being. When they invite him to join the association, it doesn't feel like recruitment. It feels like someone finally saying, "You don't have to do this alone." One thing I really appreciate is how they encourage Kang Sang Ung to train physically. They don't romanticize his superpower. They don't say, "You're special, so everything will be fine." Instead, they remind him that power can fail, money can run out, and at the end of the day, his body and mind still matter. That's such a grounded approach, and it makes the story feel more real. As viewers, we're also put in Kang Sang Ung's shoes emotionally. He's constantly torn between ignoring danger to protect himself and stepping in because his human instinct tells him he has to help. This inner conflict is where Cashero really shines. It's not just about punching bad guys. It's about choosing compassion, even when it hurts you. Things escalate when Byeon exposes the dark truth behind the Beomha Group. On the surface, Joanna runs a farm, a peaceful, harmless image. But underneath, there's a laboratory conducting experiments on humans, specifically targeting people with superpowers. They don't see these individuals as people. They see them as resources to be extracted, exploited, and discarded. That idea alone is terrifying. Joanna, Jo Nathan, and Jo Won-do aren't cartoon villains. They're calm, calculated, and disturbingly realistic. They represent power structures that already exist in real life. Corporations that destroy lives while smiling for the camera. Watching Kang Sang Ung face them feels less like fantasy and more like social commentary. What I really liked is that even when Kang Sang Ung makes reckless decisions, Beomha and Byeon don't abandon him. There's a moment where they clearly think he's making a mistake by challenging enemies who are far stronger and more prepared. They argue with him. They push back. But when the fight actually happens, they're still there. That loyalty adds so much emotional weight to the story. And then we reach what is arguably the most intense part of the drama, the kidnapping of Kim Min Suk. This is where Cashero stops being just a hero story and becomes a love story mixed with tragedy. Kang Sang Ung comes prepared with a lot of money, knowing how dangerous this mission will be. But the enemies are too many. His cash disappears faster than expected. Each punch, each move, drains him not just physically, but financially. The decision to trap himself and Joe Nathan inside the elevator is devastating. Kang Sang Ung knows exactly what he's doing. He knows the bomb is there. He knows there might be no way out. And yet he chooses to sacrifice himself to protect everyone else. This moment really broke me, because it shows that his heroism isn't about power at all. It's about choice. Kim Min Suk's reaction after this is painfully human. She doesn't suddenly become strong. She breaks down. She feels lost. And honestly, I'm glad the drama allows her to grieve instead of turning her into an instantly empowered character. When Beomha and Byeon visit her, it's not to give her false hope. It's to give her direction. They tell her about Detective Wang Hyun-sung, a man who can manipulate time. Now, I know some people might feel that time manipulation is a convenient plot device. And yes, it could have been lazy writing if done wrong. But here, it feels earned. Because even with the possibility of turning back time, nothing feels easy. The damage has already been done emotionally. The trauma remains. What Cashero does incredibly well is show that heroes don't exist in isolation. Kang Sang Ung is not a lone wolf. His story is shaped by the people around him. Byeon and Byeon bring energy, warmth, and realism to the narrative. They remind him and us that even the strongest person needs support. Personally, I think Cashero stands out because it doesn't glorify suffering. It acknowledges it. Kang Sang Ung doesn't become a hero because he wants fame or recognition. He becomes one because he can't ignore people in danger, even when helping them costs him everything. So here's what I want to ask you. If you were in Kang Sang Ung's position, would you keep helping people if every rescue made your own life harder? If your savings disappeared, your future became uncertain, and the risk never stopped growing, would you still choose to be a hero? Or would you step back and protect yourself? And another question that really stuck with me is this. Are Beomha and Byeon heroes too? They don't have flashy powers, but they guide, support, and emotionally carry the main character when he's about to collapse. In real life, aren't those people just as important? Cashero might be wrapped in action and superpowers, but at its core, it's a story about community, sacrifice, and the quiet strength of not giving up on each other. For me, that's what makes it memorable. It's not perfect, but it's sincere. And sometimes sincerity is more powerful than perfection. I'd really love to hear your thoughts. Did the money-based superpower feel meaningful to you, or did it distract you from the story? Which moment hit you the hardest emotionally? And do you think Kang Sang Ung truly made the right choices, or did he sacrifice too much? Let's talk about it in the comments. As always, this is Soul Screen, and I'll see you in the next story we can't stop thinking about.